Hello, today we are looking at the Cambridge IGCSE music listening paper. We are hopping into a section B extract, so we are looking at world music today. We are focusing specifically on Chinese music. So this extract comes straight from the Cambridge School Support Hub, which I have linked in the description below. And we are looking at November 2022, paper 1-2. So of course, the Cambridge School Support Hub is very handy for teachers and or tutors linked to Cambridge. And you can find all sorts of things here, so past papers, grade thresholds, examiner reports, and so on and so forth. And if you are a student yourself, do make sure to ask your teacher or tutor about the site, or if they have access to the site, so that they can go through past papers with you. So we are looking at a section B2 specifically today, so this all has to do with general world music. So if you're doing this music paper in 2024, you may very well be getting an extract like this, because the world music focus, section B3, has everything to do with Latin American music. So the rest of the world music genres are out there for the taking for sections B1 and 2. However, if you are writing this paper in 2025, you will not be getting an extract like the one we are going to listen to today in the example, because 2025's world music focus will be Chinese music. But nonetheless, whether you are writing in 2024 or 2025, this will help you with your listening when it comes to Chinese music specifically, and nothing is in vain. So let's go ahead and look at our questions, and then we will listen to our extract. So we have very few questions here. We are asked which scale is the melody based on. They give us 4 options. Now already looking at those 4 options, you can already tell what is a world music scale and what is not. And I'm already eyeing the pentatonic scale over there, just because we know that most of the world music genres that we are asked to listen to by Cambridge, they actually have foundations based on the pentatonic scale. And Chinese music is no different. Chinese music is usually based on the pentatonic scale. And so without even listening, we can, know that that is going to be the answer. But we will take a listen just to confirm our suspicions. Question 13, describe the texture of the music. Very interesting there. Then they say comment on the tempo. And then finally, our last question, where does this music come from? Or let's correct Cambridge's English. From where does this music come? And of course, it comes from China in this example. So we're going to go ahead and listen to our extract. Then we can answer our questions officially. So just before we hop into our extract, of course we know this already, but let's just confirm that we understand that the Cambridge IGCSE music listening paper is a systematic paper, a chronological paper, and you have to answer it according to the specific structure and format and order. CD1 has everything to do with your Western music, your world music, as well as a little oral section, sort of a little comprehension section. And then your CD2 will have everything to do with your set work. So you'll get 1 of 2 set works each year, and then CD2 will dive right into either or. So this is on CD1. We have to listen systematically. So we have section A1, A2, then we have section B1, B2, B3, and then C. They also call it C1, but it's just 1C. So you will get 4 playings in CD1 according to each specific subsection, and you will get a first playing, a silence, a second playing, a silence, a third playing, a silence, followed by a 4th and final playing and a 4th and final silence, in which you can wrap up your answers, tie everything together. And remember, you always have your questions in front of you, so remember you can always refer back to it, whether you are listening or whether you are contemplating your answers. You always have access to the questions right in front of you. Okay, so very much in the first listening, you're going to get a general sense of what's going on, and then through each of the other listenings, you'll pay closer attention to what you really want to know. Make sure you wrap everything up by the 4th and final playing, because after that, you will not be able to hear it again. So let's hop into our Chinese extract for today.
Now listen to music B2 and answer the questions.
Okay, so a very pretty extract. Let's hop right into our questions. So question 12, which scale is the melody based on, or on which scale is the melody based? Pentatonic scale, we can hear it right there. So they're going to ask us again, texture, tempo, good and well. So in a subsection, we don't have to answer it from question 12 to question 15. We can hop, skip and jump according to what we want to answer when. So for instance, we can get the scale out of the way. We can get the where does this music come from, or from where does this music come out of the way. So definitely question 12, pentatonic scale, and then question 15, this music comes from China. Then we can maybe look into question 13, what is the texture of the music? And question 14, what is the tempo? So watch out for the mark allocations here, because both the texture question and the tempo question both count 2. So it means that we need to give 2 facts for each of those questions, because then we will get 2 marks each for our answers if we answer it fully and correctly there. So if I'm thinking about the tempo, I heard the extract start off quite moderately, so it's at a moderate tempo. It's not too fast, not too slow. Then it goes much faster, then it goes much slower. There's no consistent tempo really. But I am going to play the extract once more so that we can solidify that we can put our answer down systematically, and then we can also at the same time listen to the texture once more. Okay, so here we go.
Music B2, second playing.
So that confirms our suspicions, or my suspicions at least, in the tempo. So for question 14, we can definitely go ahead and say that the melody starts at a moderate tempo or a moderate speed, a moderate pace. And then just after that, it increases in tempo little by little, slowly, and then all of a sudden it gets quite fast. So it gets then distinctly faster, after which it is followed by a very distinct ritenuto or rallentando. It just slows down. So of course, all in all, we can summarize that it does not have a consistent tempo. Any 2 of those will give you your marks there. So remember, you have to write 2 facts. You can't just say the tempo is not consistent. Be precise about what you mean by that, so that you can be very clear to the marker that is marking your paper. And then you'll get your 2 marks. Then we'll go back to question 13, which is our last question in the section that we need to tie up. So describe the texture of the music. So definitely the music is played heterophonically. So it means that the ideas and the phrases are in heterophony, meaning that the same melody is played at the same time, just in a variated version. It's like playing variations at the same time, which is very cool, and it's a very typically world music type of texture. Then we also hear that this heterophony is actually taking place in octaves. So there are phrases that are echoed or imitated by other instruments, and then remaining instruments do play, sustained long notes. So any of those that you put down there will give you your 2 marks there. So I hope that this does help you in your preparation for Chinese listening regarding your IGCSE music paper. All the best with your preparation further.